Now sports with Trevor Denton.
How can you not be romantic about college football? What is up, Western Oregon? Before we get to all the upsets, photo finishes from this ridiculous week 2, let's go ahead and check in on the Ducks in their home season opener. Oregon kicked off against Eastern Washington a little while ago, and it did not take long for them to reach the end zone. Bo Nix finding Terrence Ferguson for a 13-yard strike to cap off the Ducks' opening offensive drive. We got our sports team out there at Autzen Stadium. Tune in later tonight at 11 for the highlights. Looks like they have the ball right now, and they just scored again. The nature of live TV, Oregon up 14-0 now over Eastern Washington. It's already been a spectacular, even historic day of college football, but guess what? We're not even close to finish. Tonight, we've got the ultra-compelling matchup between Oregon State and Fresno State. My good buddy Hayden Herrera made that journey down to Northern California. Hayden, the Beavers, they looked awesome in a win over Boise State last week, but today brings a whole new challenge in a very hostile environment. What's the vibe like in Fresno as we sit a little ways away from kickoff?
Hey, Trevor. I don't know if you can tell, but it is loud here at Bulldog Stadium. We're about 81 minutes away from kickoff as the Beavers look to go 2-0 to start the season, facing the Fresno State Bulldogs. Now, Jonathan Smith talked all this week about how last year the Beavers, not a great record on the road, just one win away from Corvallis. But he said on Monday, hopefully this team is more experienced and can use that experience and turn that into something positive tonight. Now, of course, last week we talked about the defensive side of the ball for the Beavers. They forced 5 turnovers. This week, I'm looking for Beavers fans to probably look into the run game. That was their bread and butter last season, but Boise State held them to 176 yards. So we'll see how that happens. Now, Fresno, they played a cupcake game last week against Cal Poly. They kind of checked out after the first half. Not much to take away from that game, but we know how well they did last year against Pac-12 teams. They beat UCLA, almost beat Oregon. Now, Jonathan Smith, the head coach of the Beavers, has not had a good success record here. He is 0-5 as a player and a coach playing at Bulldog Stadium, so he's trying to turn that game around tonight. It is a pick'em game. Vegas can't really tell either way. They say it's a coin toss for this one. It is a 7:30 kickoff. You can watch it on CBS Sports Network. And, of course, we'll have your highlights tonight on KVAL News at 11. As T-Pain plays in the background, signing off from Bulldog Stadium, I'm Hayden Herrera. Now let's send it back to you, Trevor.
Hayden, I've seen him at karaoke a few times. That is not his favorite type of music, so props to him for braving through that. The Oregon State player I'm always keeping an eye on, though, Jack the Hammer Coletto. Last week he put that Boise State game on ice. We'll see if he can be the X factor again today. Great stuff, Hayden. Let's get to another Pac-12 North team looking to make an impact on the road. Wazoo at number 19, Wisconsin. Pac-12 desperate for a big win after a disastrous week 1. Cougars down 14-10 in the third. Cameron Ward scrambling for what feels like forever. He finally finds Nikhil Watson, who spins off one tackler, then parades his way into the end zone. Badgers have no answers from there. Wazoo, a 17.5-point underdog. Guess what? They get it done at Camp Randall Stadium today, and that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg when it comes to upsets today. Number 6 Texas A&M hosting Appalachian State late in the third quarter. App State up 14-7. The fans are like, what the heck is going on? But the Aggies strike back. Devin Achane returning the kick 95 yards for a touchdown. Not even an easy kick return, making everybody miss. So we're knotted up at 14 all heading in to the fourth quarter. App State goes on an 18-play drive to set up this field goal to retake the lead. The Aggies do get a chance to tie it right back up with a field goal attempt of their own, but the kick barely leaves the ground. Oh my goodness, the Mountaineers took down Michigan in 07. They'll be partying in Boone, North Carolina again tonight. 17-14 win for App State. Scheduling these Sun Belt teams is a lot like chugging a milkshake before running a marathon. It's hazardous. Marshall got paid $1.25 million to go play number 8 Notre Dame. Guess what? They're leaving South Bend with so much more than the cash. Late fourth quarter, Marshall's Stephen Gilmore jumping the route, taking it all the way to the crib to put them up by 2 scores. Monumental win for Marshall as yet another blue blood gets knocked off their perch. The blue blood of college football also almost got toppled today. Number 1 Alabama on the ropes against unranked Texas. Longhorns taking a 19-17 lead with about a minute 30 left. So we're on Texas's backwatch until the reigning Heisman Trophy winner Bryce Young does what he does best, pulling rabbits out of hats, shakes off the blitzer, scrambles scrambles for the first down, and that gives Will Reichard a 33-yard chip shot. He sends it right through the uprights. On a day where the sports elite drop like flies, guess what? Bama finds a way to stay alive.